Another day, another project. I may call myself lucky. Finally, I found 2 empty cabinets for this Mackie C300. For years I've been using only the loudspeakers, the woofer and the tweeters, and they've been planted in a Foster case, an ABS case. The sound was not so great, so that's why I've been searching and searching for getting some original cases, and finally here we are. I got 2 cases. They are looking good. They are absolutely in good shape. Of course, they need a little bit of cleaning, and I still have the original filters and the original electronic and connectors and everything. So what I got to do today is to put all the things back together in an original Mackie cabinet and to have them work again as it should. But first I have to check the filters and replace a couple of capacitors and also a Mosfet transistor, supposed to be the limiter, the power limiter for the tweeter. It's very interesting schematic. It have a N Mosfet limiting the power for the tweeter. So when the tweeter is getting more than it should have, then there is a special circuit over here. We have few diodes and a Zener, a 12-volt Zener diode, and it's opening a Mosfet. And this one turns to be a kind of load in parallel with the tweeter. So it's taking the extra load, and that's the way the tweeter is safe. Unfortunately, this one, it's gone. So the loudspeaker, the cabinet, was working without this limiter for a while, so I didn't realize that until I really pushed the power. This needs to be replaced. In the meantime, I'm checking the filters too for all the connections here, and I also had a problem. One of this electrolytic capacitor just hold, I don't know, get unsoldered. The point is that all these things have to go back in the case, and this is the case, you see, Mackie C300Z. Okay, so all these things are getting back here. The filter was a little bit modified for a smaller case, so it was working in a smaller case for a while, but we can still fix it in the same way. Look here. The problem is that I don't have for now this kind of N Mosfet. This is an ERFP140. So this time I'm gonna use IRFZ44N, capable of running 110 watts. This one is 180 watts. But the point is that I want to check if the electronic is still working. It will be okay for a while. Let's put the things together. First of all, I want to check this one if it's working, the Mosfet, the N Mosfet. That's it. So we have an N Mosfet, and it's exactly what I need for replacing that one for a while. Maybe I should use 2 of these in parallel, but hopefully I'm gonna find this part, the original, in a couple of days. For now it's just testing. This electrolytic capacitor is glued on the board, to keep the vibration away. And what we have to do now is to put the things together. So I need 4 washers for this. I think we need M4. Yes, this is M4. 3.8. Good. This is perfect over here too, but we have to cut to make a break over here in the board because I'm afraid of getting short. that's solid enough, so I don't have any problem with that. I want to check if the screws are not getting into. No, that's okay here. That's perfect. Absolutely okay. So you may call this an improvisation. Yes, it is. But the point is that I have to use the resources, because like I told you before, this filter has been used in another cabinet. So that's why it was a little bit changed, cut here and here and here to fit inside the cabinet. But now it's going back to the original case. Absolutely okay. And it is. This part it's done. This is a kind of elastic glue, but this will keep the things in place. So this is the main filter board. Now I have these connectors here. There was the place for the Mosfet, but I'm gonna use some wires to put it in another position. So I have to put this back. These are the original screws over here. These screws are so difficult to have them in place, but not for me. There we go. This part is done. Okay, so now let's mark this connection over here, and it goes like this, and I can use this connection over here. That will be plus for the woofer. This is the ground for both of them, so minus for tweeter and for woofer, and of course down here the tweeter. So I can use this connection over here. Now I have to improvise a connection for this Mosfet. I can use something like this, and it will be soldered over here very well, and here I can put the Mosfet. Nice. I have to clean this here to have this heatsink soldered. And now we have a little bit of thermal paste. This is really important. It helps cooling the Mosfet over here. And we have the isolation too. This is a screw with a special washer. It's a plastic washer to have the electrical isolation from the heatsink. I think we are done here. So the next step is to put this back into the case. So first of all, we have to solder the connection to the loudspeakers again. But before having the screws back on, yes. So that's it for today, people. I hope you enjoy my video. If you have any question, don't hesitate to send them. I'll do the best to answer. And in the meantime, until the new project, wish you well, be safe, and don't forget to have fun. Bye bye.